All right, everybody, what's going on here? Back again with another hip hop video. So I've got new updates on the young Dolph murder case because I just found out, on Twitter that Memphis police and I think like the marshals right now have identified, one of the gunmen involved in the death and shooting of rapper Young Dolph. And in my opinion, excuse me, I think this is going to bring justice one step closer, and hopefully some, closure to Young Dolph's family and his close friends, because obviously this is really messed up. Young Dolph, a rapper, just had his life cut short because of some jealous guys. Because I'm assuming that the guys that did this whole really just absolutely just pathetic and this cowardly act was because I think they were either jealous of him that he was doing really well for himself, or they were just trying to rob him. So I have a feeling it's definitely one of those because, I mean, you look at what happened to XXX Tentacion. I think it was also a similar thing, whether it was because they were jealous or whether they were just trying to rob him and all that stuff. But, I think that right now they are going to eventually, I'm pretty sure they're going to eventually find the gunman. I don't think this is going to be like an unsolved murder case because, as you know, when Pop Smoke got shot and killed, almost 2 years ago in February of 2020, it took them almost, I think, exactly 4 to 5 months to, finally track down the suspects that were involved in the death of Pop Smoke. So I can imagine it might take a couple of weeks or maybe even like, I have a feeling that since they identified the gunman, involved in the death of Young Adolf, I'm assuming it's probably going to take them like a week or two, to maybe find the gunman, because I'm assuming that the gunman right now is somewhere like out there on the run and all that stuff. But I mean, really, obviously the good news is that, justice will be, one step closer to, just being able to, hold the people involved in Young Dolph's death accountable. Now, they have not identified one of the other suspects, because they only identify one suspect is because, from the details of the story, I believe that only two gunmen, two people were involved in the death of Young Dolph. So one of the gunmen has been identified, and I am fairly confident that they are going to eventually identify the other gunman as well that was involved in the death of Young Dolph as well. So, this is pretty relieving news to hear, especially after just the fact that they cut young Dolph's life short is just unimaginable. Just I can't imagine the pain, his family and friends are going through. But, at the same time, I'm also glad to see that they're finally, tracking down the suspects that were involved in his death and shooting and all that stuff. So, hopefully they get found and arrested and all that stuff. So anyways, ladies and gents, that's the video here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and peace.